Hello, I'm Fact Free, and I'll be filling in for Stupendous Wave today. After Order 66 was executed and the Jedi Order destroyed, Palpatine cemented his rise to becoming Emperor of the Galaxy with no real opposition. After it was announced that the Jedi were destroyed, the initial reaction throughout the galaxy was pretty positive amongst the general public. And this wasn't an accident, as Palpatine not only literally destroyed the Jedi, but he also destroyed their image. He painted them as aggressive and out-of-touch maniacs who caused the bloodiest war the galaxy had ever seen, the Clone Wars. Prior to the Clone Wars, the general public's perception of the Jedi was somewhat mixed, with some viewing them as enforcers of a corrupt government, while others viewed them as heroes who helped settle conflicts within their communities. When it became public that the leader of the Confederacy of Independent Systems was a former Jedi, the citizens of the Republic started to develop negative views towards the Jedi, even feeling betrayed by them. Then, the Clone Wars started, and that's when the public opinion of the Jedi started to shift from somewhat mixed to completely negative. Throughout the 3-year-long war, Palpatine made it essential to remind the public that the Jedi were the cause of the war through his speeches. This can even be seen in the background of some episodes of the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars destroyed the lives of billions of beings, and the fact of being constantly reminded that the Jedi caused the war definitely helped to grow the public's hatred towards them over time. So much so that entire protests arose near the end of the war against the Jedi, protesting the war and their involvement in it. When it was announced that the Jedi tried to assassinate the Supreme Chancellor, that was the final nail in the coffin. Not only did Palpatine diminish the Jedi's integrity, but he also built himself up as a strong yet caring leader that only sought what was best for the galaxy. So when the people found out that their beloved leader was almost killed by the group that started the Clone Wars, any remaining sympathy for the Jedi vanished. These feelings weren't as one-sided in the Senate though, where senators who knew the Jedi personally were skeptical of Palpatine's claims, especially Bail Organa, who witnessed a Jedi Padawan being executed right in front of him. Those that publicly held these pro-Jedi feelings were later arrested and imprisoned, with some even executed. Those who were careful enough to hide these sentiments would later support and join the Rebel Alliance. The clones themselves had mixed reactions to and after executing Order 66. In canon, the clones had inhibitor chips in them and were forced to comply with the order, although most of the clones were fine after killing their Jedi generals, believing that they did the right thing by eliminating traitors. This wasn't the case for all of them, as seen in Clone Trooper Gray, who after contemplating what he did, sacrificed himself by betraying his comrades and helping a Jedi Padawan Kanan escape from death. Some clones like Captain Rex even removed their inhibitor chips, later being ashamed and disgusted of what they'd done to the Jedi. In Legends, the clones didn't have an inhibitor chip that forced them to comply with Order 66. Instead, they were engineered to be dependent to a command structure, and were basically brainwashed to be loyal to the Republic. When Order 66 was issued, most clones didn't have a problem executing it, like Commander Cody. But in some instances, the clones were heartbroken when they received the order, like the ones who killed Jedi Master Alia Sakura, where they made sure they killed her as quickly as possible so she wouldn't feel any pain. Other clones who had more independent thought, like the Clone Commandos, straight up disobeyed Order 66, and even helped their Jedi escape. Thanks for watching. I want to thank Stupendous Wave for letting me share my video on his channel, and be sure to also check out and subscribe to my channel Fact Free, a link to which will be in the description. On my channel I make similar videos to this one, as well as versus videos, list videos, and videos where I answer all Star Wars questions that many fans have always wondered. And as always, may the Force be with you.